Take a look at this. Looks pretty weird, doesn't it? I bet it looks disgusting too. But if I drew it back just a tiny bit, you'd see that it's none other than a little robin. It's kind of cute, isn't he? Actually, this one I got from the charity shop, and I got it for a special reason. See its little beak? Got kind of chipped on the way home. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't look as lovely. I think he looks cute whether he's got a beak or not. Might mean he won't be able to eat, but he still looks cute to me. That's because I don't judge people by their differences. People could be sky blue pink for all I care, like Amelia here. But I could care less. Because sometimes being different could be the greatest thing in the history of the world. Take a caterpillar, for example. If you saw a caterpillar, you'd believe it's pretty ugly and useless. Just crawls around on a little leaf. And what? Munches on the leaf sometimes. But when it becomes that tiny little cocoon, and eventually into a beautiful butterfly, people start admiring it. But what's the difference? It's still that same caterpillar, only it's got wings. Like how I did it? Dumbo, for example, has a few problems with being different because of his big ears. But his big ears are more useful than he thinks, even before he learnt how to fly. He's about to discover how helpful he can be for his young caterpillar butterfly friend. Today's story is a Dumbo story, and it's called Float Like a Butterfly. One day, Dumbo's best friend, Timothy Q. Mouse, found Dumbo looking sad. "Hey, what's the matter, little guy?" the mouse asked the elephant. "Have people been teasing you about your ears again?" Dumbo nodded. The little elephant looked totally miserable. Timothy was trying to think of a way to cheer up his dear friend when he saw something. "Look, Dumbo!" he cried, racing over to a nearby fence post. "It's a butterfly cocoon," Timothy said excitedly. Dumbo came over to examine it. "And look, it's about to hatch into a butterfly," said Timothy. He looked thoughtfully for a moment, and then he turned to Dumbo. "You know what? You're a lot like the little caterpillar that made this cocoon." Well, Dumbo looked at Timothy, confused. What did Timothy mean? "Yeah, it's true. You see, a caterpillar is something nobody really wants around much. They think it's kind of plain looking, and it can't really do anything very interesting. But then one day, the caterpillar turns into a beautiful butterfly, and everyone loves it. And you know what? I think you're going to be that way too, when you're older. Everyone is going to admire you rather than tease you." Dumbo smiled gratefully at his friend and wiped away a tear with one of his long ears. Suddenly, it started to rain. "Uh-oh," said Timothy. "The butterfly is going to get its new wings all wet. It won't be able to fly if it gets rained on. What do we do? We need an umbrella." As Timothy looked this way and that for an umbrella, Dumbo smiled and unfurled his long ears. He draped them over the fence post so that they made a lovely roof for the insect, protecting it from the falling droplets of rain. "Oh, great idea," said Timothy admiringly. The two friends stood there during the downpour, which didn't last very long. While they waited, they watched the beautiful new butterfly emerge from its cocoon and unfurl its colourful wings. When the rain stopped, the butterfly spread its wings, which was quite dry thanks to Dumbo, and flew away on its own little adventure. And as we know, Dumbo will once learn to fly too, and find out how useful his wings can be other than an umbrella. It just goes to show that sometimes being different isn't always a bad thing. In fact, it's never a bad thing. We need to appreciate everybody's differences, not as a boundary, but as a way of expressing who they are. I know one day I'll be able to return to my full workload soon, but that will take time. In the meantime, that hasn't made me any less helpful than I already have. As I'll find out tomorrow when I have a little bit of fun myself. Well, I best get some sleep. I have a journey to take and a personal matter to take care of. I'll see you again real soon. Bye for now.